Why do you think that's been such a limitation and difficulty for, parents in general? I know you're speaking towards, single parents. Why is that?
Right. Well, there's a couple of factors. Financial literacy is very important, but my book, it's titled 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent. Mm-hmm. In that book, I do speak to parents working way too much, working to the point of exhaustion and working multiple jobs to build wealth. A lot of times, single parents are operating from a sense of emotion, out of fear, and they make choices because of that space.
So, I'm Dr. Colin Zhu, and welcome to Thrive Bites podcast. We are at the Best You EXPO in the LA Convention Center. Why don't you introduce yourself, what you do, and what you represent?
Thank you, Dr. Colin. Thanks for having me. My name is Sonja Galyon-Kamonika. I live in New Jersey. I'm a mother of four and a grandmother of four.
Jersey!
And I am here at the Best You EXPO to actually keep kids safe by educating their parents. I call myself kind of a recovered single parent, so I try to help other single parents learn some financial principles that I didn't know. I was homeless, went through many challenges as a single parent, and there were many things I didn't know, and once I began working in financial services, I went, oh my gosh, there's all these things I could have done to prevent homelessness, evictions, and so forth. So I'm here to teach single parents how to build wealth and prevent homelessness with tax refunds, money we have coming in every year that we're not managing properly, inexpensive real estate, and also with life insurance. Those are the three critical foundation pieces.
Financial literacy, to me, is also a pillar. I talk a lot about our physical health, our emotional, mental health, and it's all tied together,
Absolutely.
Right? Especially COVID kind of brought that to the surface even more so. But financial literacy, the paucity of it, the deficit of it over time, that's a huge contribution to the wealth gap that we have in this country, right? So why do you think that's been such a limitation and difficulty for, parents in general? I know you're speaking towards, single parents. Why is that?
Right. Well, there's a couple of factors. Financial literacy is very important, but my book, it's titled 10 Things I Wish I Knew as a Single Parent. Mm-hmm. In that book, I do speak to parents working way too much, working to the point of exhaustion and working multiple jobs to build wealth. A lot of times, single parents are operating from a sense of emotion, out of fear, and they make choices because of that space. That's why I say I'm trying to keep kids safe by educating their parents. I used to always think, okay, if I work 2-3 jobs, I worked in healthcare, and I could never get ahead. Many of the single parents have the same situation that I have. We're receiving tax refunds. I was receiving tax refunds between $7,000 and $12,000 annually, and still I couldn't figure out my life. And a lot of single parents are in that situation. In 2008, I didn't even realize there was a recession going on. That's how bad it is for many single parents. I know it sounds funny. I have a story, I actually have a video of a woman. She's a single mother with 5 children, working for the Postal Service, homeless in her car.
Oh, wow.
And this is a story. So many single parents don't know what's out there. They don't understand how to manage the money. I also have a story in my book about a woman who earned $20,000 as a waitress, and when she finally got it together, before she got it together, her money was just going this way and that way. When she finally figured it out, she started using her tax refunds to build wealth. So for single parents, it really is just information, and it's recognizing you don't need to be ashamed.
Yeah.
A lot of times there's so much shame with single parents. Have you ever heard of Erin Brockovich?
Yes.
Okay, I met her last week. She brought to light the shame, the embarrassment, and humiliation many times that single parents face trying to raise their children, because there's all the stereotypes about why we're doing it, how we're doing it, what we should be doing, what we shouldn't be doing, and you don't know what to do. There are actually tools out there. That's why I use the life insurance, tax refund, and the real estate that you don't even realize. If you tapped into this, you would improve your life. It'd improve your health too. That's what I tell them.
Yeah.
When you work to the point of exhaustion, you're putting your health at risk and your children.
Yeah.
So I tell a story about a man dying of a stroke just because just working way too much. Somebody from my gym, he just passed out one day right on the floor. And we need to value our time with our children. We need to have resources so that we can value our time with our families. So,
yeah. What are the specific ways that you go about doing this? Do you do one-on-one consultations? Do you do like group classes? Do you give virtual talks? How do people receive this information from you?
Right. I do a collective. I started out just going and I was meeting with life insurance clients and recognized that the single parents were having the same problems I used to have. So I said, okay, I got to write a book. I got to do something. So first I put it in the book and I try to distribute it, get the information out there. I joined some major mastermind groups That has helped. And then also, I have a website that people can book time to speak with me. So I have group coaching, I have individual coaching, and then different categories they can also learn from.
Yeah.
And I just try to get the word out by being at events like this. So
yeah, your cause and the message is so important. What kind of mile markers are you looking for? What kind of, if you're looking ahead like 3 to 5 years, like how do you feel like you've made that impact? How do you measure that for yourself?
Right, great question. Well, my goal is to reach 1 million single parents. When I've done that, I know I've done my job. There's over 20 million single parents in the United States and 300 million, depending on the statistics you look at, worldwide. So if I can reach at least 1 million, I know I've done my job. Until then, I don't feel like I've done my job.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
For those that are interested in learning more and connecting,
Sure.
what's the best way to reach you?
You can go to my website, SonjaGalyon-Kamonika.com, SonjaGalyon-Kamonika.com, or call me 833-369-7111. But my website's probably the best way. I'm also on Instagram, 10 Things for Single Parents. The number 10 Things, number 4, and then single parents, and then you can find me on Facebook. I have a page for single parents and stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah,
And we'll make sure we'll put that in the show notes as well.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you
Thanks
so much
for
for
having
coming.
me, Dr.
Much
Paulin. I
much
appreciate you.
success to everything you do. So.
Thank you.